How many of you have experienced this? Last night, what thought did you sleep with? Someday, maybe you woke up flustered. Why? What happened last night? Did this happen to you? This hijack? How did this happen? Why does this happen? Two things. When we sleep, we take the whole day and its happenings with us. What we don't do is let it go. We don't close our files. So goodbye, Ammi, goodbye, Abu. Thank you, son, daughter, staff, manager, boss, colleagues. We don't do that. We take them all together on a fantastic slumber ride. And therefore, we wake up like this. Okay. So what do we do about this? What do we do about this? Anybody, any idea? Anybody, any idea? It's very simple. We hear it a lot of times. We have lots of YouTube videos on that. We have a lot of speakers these days talking about this. Okay. So what we do, it's called a hack. It's a mind-calming hack. If you were to use it, you would move from here to here. And what is that hack? Those are called affirmations. It's nothing new. We all know about affirmations. What do? Your mind is a fertile ground. Your mind is a lens. Your mind is where you will spend most of your time for the rest of your life. And it's a place where you already spent a lot of time. We don't spend a lot of time with our spouses, friends, bosses, colleagues, parents, children. We spend most of the time, not even with ourselves, because we don't even know our true selves. We spend our time in this place called the mind. And guess what? It is our own production. So we have a choice in this great land of possibilities called the mind, which is fueled by imagination, to make it a garden, lush green, with orchards. Maybe there are fruits growing on these trees. There are lovely flowers, roses, butterflies, ladybirds, whatever you like, fireflies. Or you can make it a place of captivity. Captivity of your thoughts. Captivity of the negativity of the thoughts, which starts with, what if? This what if is a two-sided coin. One is, what if I don't get that job? What if my budget's not approved? What if he doesn't like my submission? What if? And then there are other what ifs, and we will explore that. So, before I move on to the next segment, I would like to share this with you, a practice which I do myself. At night, as I said, close all your files. Thank you for the day. Thank you for all the blessings, whatever experiences which you may have thought are good, bad, you didn't want, but you experienced it. Thank you and goodbye, everybody. And what do you welcome? You let go of control. You know, the one thing human beings hang on most to is control, because it makes them feel safe. And the moment we don't have control over something, we will go into a reaction, most of us. Anger, frustration. Words will come out of our mouth which we wouldn't want to hear. Why? Because we don't have control. And that takes us where? It takes us to fear. And fear drags us down to basic survival zone. So if we are functioning out of survival zone our entire lives, when are we going to manifest the best versions of ourselves? Perhaps never. So it is up to us to use this machine called the mind and to hone it, to run it, to feed it, and not for it to run us. And that happens when we become aware of the power of thought. This is thought. It's a calming hack. I'll call it a hack because I use these for myself. So let go of what I cannot control. Letting go is the biggest power that you can bestow upon your own self. Letting go, which we generally, even as a society, find it very difficult. And my children taught me this because I'm also part of this society. And we're a lot of control freaks, right? That's the truth. And I discovered that truth about myself. I am safe. So if I let go of control, it's okay. I am safe. Once I'm safe, I welcome rest. And I trust in the process of life. So I trust that which I let go, I cannot control. I'm going to be okay because tomorrow the sun will rise. There will be another day, whether you are mentally part of it or not. But the day will come, the sun will shine, the birds will chirp, the breeze will blow, and there'll be more opportunities. Okay, so when we sleep with this calming hack, this is how we wake up. I'm sorry about this. This is how we wake up. We wake up with a calm mind, and then the affirmation, you can use these affirmations. You can note them down if you like. Google will show you several affirmations for night and morning. So we wake up with a calm mind. And now you are in charge of how you feel because you choose to be. Because you are aware that if you're not in charge of your mind, it will take you wherever it wants to. And it will take you on the undisciplined subconscious that it's used to running on. And I'm focused, clear, and confident. So if you were to say this every morning, even if you don't believe it, it doesn't matter. So it is said that if a sentence or a word is repeated over 400 times, it starts rewriting the subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind and your conscious mind starts believing it. And that becomes your new state. It happens gradually, but it will have to happen with a lot of conscious effort. All right. How many see the duck? How many see the duck? All right, thank you. How many see a rabbit? Rabbit. Very few. All right. So it's the same image, but there are two different versions. There are two different ways of looking at it. Why? How does this happen? We're all the same, living in the same city. We're in the same country. We speak almost the same language. We have one national language. Most of us are from the corporate world, but there are two different views of looking at the same thing. Why? Because your mind's a lens. Your experiences from childhood till date shape that lens. And if you want to change that lens, and why should you? I'll answer that too. You'll have to be consciously aware. Why should you want to change that lens? People who saw the dark, they would like to choose that which is obvious, which spells itself out, that which is black and white, that which is more factual. The ones who saw the rabbit, they would consider ambiguity as being okay. They would see opportunity in that which is not clear. And they would like to explore. They are the imaginative ones. So we can say that they are the risk takers. That's the difference. So our lens becomes constricted because of what we feed the mind, this fertile soil, the seed we sow in there. Be very aware of your thoughts, especially at night, because at night, your subconscious mind is most active. Because the conscious mind has decided, I'm going to sleep. The subconscious mind has an opportunity to party and show itself. So it'll scream. And you're lying down, and suddenly, out of nowhere, an event or a sentence that somebody said to you, which didn't sit well with you, jumps out 5 years later. And you're all riled up, boiling. Where's the calm? What's going to happen that whole night? What is going to happen to you? And how are you going to wake up next morning? Frustrated, angry, clouded. And how do you think that day will be? And this has happened to so many of us. And it keeps happening unless we become aware. Okay. So how do we interpret? How do we change this? How do we change all of this? It's called cognitive framing. Our mind is used to functioning in a certain way, right? And there are reactions that just come out naturally. So for example, if I were to say, you've missed a deadline, what is the natural response? Your boss were to come up and say, you've missed the deadline. What is the first thought that comes to your mind? Can anybody share? Anyone? Yeah. Anybody who wants to share what thought comes to your mind when your boss tells you you've missed your deadline? I'm always behind. डांट पड़ेगी, बिल्कुल डांट पड़ेगी, अब मेरा क्या बनेगा? Fear. The first thought is that of fear. And so whatever action you take will probably not be an action, it'll be a reaction. And reactions generally are not really controlled, and they're counterproductive. Actions, intentional actions, are productive. So if we were to be aware of our lens, of our cognitive framing, and if we were to change this lens, could we consider thinking, I learned how to plan better next time. Instead of taking it so personally, there's nothing personal about work. It is personal because it's your performance. It's your career. But if a boss is coming and telling you something, he's handling a larger boat. So if we were to step out of, oh, he said this to me, into how can this situation help me? How can I look at it a way which empowers me? Because each time you operate out of fear, you disempower yourself, regardless of what the thought is. Anything that comes out of fear is disempowering. All right, your idea was ignored in a meeting. Happens. You're very excited, you've got something, and you're waiting for that opportunity. I'll share. It was ignored. How do you feel? Generally, we'd feel this way. No one respects us. But if we were to change our lens, we could look at it this way. Maybe it needed to be more context in there. Maybe I needed to look deeper. And what did you learn in comparison? If your point of view was not heard, those which were heard, what was honestly the difference? Not always that he is or she is boss's favorite. Extremely disempowering and putting yourself in a weaker space. So why does all this matter? Because your mindset shapes the quality of your response. Thought, the most powerful thing you have, it will take you to building your emotion. It gives birth to your emotion. Your emotion will command you to take an action. It is up to you what kind of action you want to see. So we want so much for ourselves. I want a promotion every 2 years, and I want a big raise. Sure, we all do. But are we working on this? Are we really working at ourselves? Or what is our mind attracting? So law of attraction, all of this comes from the thought. In the law of attraction, they make you visualize. And that visualization starts with a single thought. Mother Teresa and her work started with a single thought. Sattar Idi started with a single thought. World War I started with a single thought. World War II started with a single thought. What's happening right now between our neighbor and us started with a single thought. It ends with a single thought. It is one thought. All right, so this is the formula I am going to give you today. That's something I use for myself. So when something happens, an event, incident, a small incident, or a conversation happens which does not go your way, it does not go as you would want it to, or does not go as planned, please listen to this background music that the mind is running in your head voluntarily. It's running it all of the time. What is it saying to you? It's going to be saying to you those same fear-based, critical things that your subconscious is trained to say. Catch yourself in the moment. You'll have to practice this. And ask yourself, what am I telling myself? And then reframe. What else could this mean? Lubna Ayub just spoke about a lot of opportunity. I mean, her story is just fantastic. Tom Cruise could learn from her. What is all of that about? What is all of that resilience about? Where is it coming from? Opportunity. I am worthy. You may not see my worth, but I do. And I'm going to do this. One thought. A strong mind is made with thoughts, the right thoughts. Positive, self-empowering. What else could this mean? And then affirm it. Everything, for example, the affirmation I use multiple times a day is, everything is working to bring me my highest good. Only good will come out of this situation, and I am safe. Why do I say safe? Why do I stress upon safety? Because the basic function of the human brain is safety, survival of the human being. And if you don't check it or feed it the right way or handle it the right way, as we've discussed, it will take you down to your survival mode. And then take a deep breath, trust yourself, trust the process of life, and act. क्या होगा ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा? No? So what? There'll be another opportunity. Opportunities तो ख़त्म नहीं होती. हमारी सोच महदूद है. Opportunities लामहदूद हैं. Okay, so a daily mindset hack for everyday life would be the same and like this. So it's not at work, it's not a leadership hack, it's just every day, all of the time. Notice your thoughts. Start noticing your thoughts. This will have to be a conscious effort. It took me a very long time to get there. But don't give up. Start noticing your thoughts. Choose a better lens. What kind of a life do you want? That green garden? You can have it. Choose your lens. Choose a lens that will bring you that garden. Affirm. Anchor it in a new truth. When I say the truth, who tells you it's the truth? You tell yourself it's the new truth for me. Because whatever you say to your mind, it believes it as the Bible truth. It's your mind, whatever you feed it, it believes you 100%. So that's the truth of the mind, that you've been feeding it, probably unaware. Now feed it new truths. I'm capable, I'm worthy, I'm safe, I can do this. I've learned something from this, I'll try better next time. All right, I don't have much time. I could have taken you through all of this. And I want to say this to you before I end. I would like to re-quote, which has been quoted several times before. For the nth time, I'll repeat myself and I will say this. Everything that I have said can easily be captured in these two verses by Dr. Muhammad Allama Iqbal. Khudi ko kar buland itna कि खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे, बता तेरी रज़ा क्या है. कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे, बता तेरी रज़ा क्या है? When will that happen? When we have control over our thoughts. What is taqdeer? What you and I write. Yes, there are larger things which are not in our control. Maybe the wars are not in our control. How the country is run may not be in our control. What is in my control? Me. So many of me make up this country. So my taqdeer is in my control. And if I were to elevate myself, that taqdeer will come in my hands. Law of manifestation, if you were all to Google it, and I'm sure most of you know about that. That's what Allama Iqbal is talking about. And for that, I will leave you with a very simple sentence, thought to feed your mind. I choose my response, I lead my mind. I would request you all to repeat this with me. I choose my response, I lead my mind. I choose my response, I lead my mind. Thank you so much for listening.